Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. The understanding is to know God and to love Him and to keep His commandments. How are you, my brother? Really? How are your name? Huh? My name is Yahuda. Are you going home? Yeah. Easy day? Yeah. You have some time to speak about God?
Oh, it's okay.
Just 5 minutes, my brother. There's no rush. So the sun is still shining.
Always, brother. I'm just congratulating you.
The Shabbat is starting soon.
Good job, eh?
The year of God is starting soon.
Yeah, man.
We should not be working right now. We should be thinking about God, how to please Him, how to serve Him better, how to love Him. Because everyone is in rush, as you can see. No one is keeping in mind that today is the day when God rested, when He created everything. Today is the 7th day, the Lord's day, the day of rest. That's all we should do. We have 7 days, 6 days to work, just 1 day to love God.
Without the mercy of God, you can't enter into His rest.
Sorry, brother?
Paul said, without His mercy, you cannot enter into His rest.
I agree with you, but His mercy, does the mercy of God is forever? Does it at an end? Every day is going to be mercy and mercy and mercy. No. We're going to do nothing to please Him.
His spirit ought not always strive with man.
Why not?
Because we are
I agree we are disobedient, my brother. Don't you want to be obedient now?
always.
You want to be obedient? Let me show you some picture. What is that? What is that, my brother? It's not here. Come here. Let me show you something. Do you know this? You know this guy? Who is it? Really?
That's how they portray it.
That's how they portray it. Who portrayed it? Who did it?
Inspired.
This is Inspired Man? So this is how Christ looks like? No one else?
You can't reject the unconscious.
You can?
You can't reject the unconscious.
Can we find it in the Bible?
No.
How it looks? Can we?
It's gospel.
Can we find its description in this book?
Yeah.
Yes? So if we find that description, how does it look like? You want to know?
Yeah.
Let me get it for you. Because if someone says that the Son of God looked like that, meaning now everywhere we're going to see that picture, we're going to think that, okay, this is the Son of God. And in the same time, everyone who's going to look like this, we're going to refer him as the family of God. Am I right, my brother? Not by blood? By what? Huh? The love of who? Okay, let me get it for you, so we should know how Christ will look like. And I don't want you to run, my brother.
Who said that? Who write that?
Who write that? This book?
No. Who write what you are going to
It is the book of Revelation.
Oh, that's John.
Alright.
According to John.
The revelation of John when he sees Christ in the island of Patmos. Okay, let's see. Revelation of John, chapter 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel and his servant John. So this is Christ himself showing the revelation to John. Are we right? Okay. Let's see. Verse 7. Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, said the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Verse 11, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou seest, write in the book, and set it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. So, this is what's written to send to the churches to know exactly who spoke to John. Let's see how John described the person who spoke to him. Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. So he turned it to see. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the cups with a golden girdle. So he had a long garment like a robe unto the foot with a golden belt. And he looks like a Son of Man. Let's see his description. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, verse 40, his head and his hairs. So now he's describing how his head looks like. His head and his hairs were like wool and white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Brother, do you know how wool looks like? What person on this earth has hair like wool? So, is this guy has hair like you? No, brother, we are reading the book of Christ, and it is John who's describing what he's seeing. So, does this guy has hair like you? Yes or no, my brother?
No, he doesn't.
Does he?
And it clearly states in the Bible.
Thank you, my sister. Let's see. We know how his hair was like. Let's see how the rest of the body was like. Yeah. So let me read the first verse of the chapter again. No. To
John was seeing up here. This is what scholars speak. John could see.
Yeah, he's seeing
a lot of,
and he's describing what he's seeing. Just as you're looking at me right now, and you can describe me. Let's see the rest. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, brother, what is the color of fine brass? Does the dye looks like you? So who is that guy? So who is this guy? Why did they portray him like that?
Listen to me.
What I'm saying, the white man, see a white man choose white man, and the black man, see a black man choose.
Where are you from, my brother? Jamaica? Have you ever seen a black Jesus in Jamaica?
I've never seen a white man. I've never seen a black man.
Is there no Catholic church in Jamaica? Is there? Is there a Catholic church in Jamaica? Okay, here you have. Let me show you something.
No, let this, brother, let the scripture speak for itself.
No.
Read what you were reading.
No, let me show you something. You see,
John,
yeah, John speaking is describing you how Christ looks like, and Christ looks like you and me,
from his perspective.
not from his perspective, from what he sees. And it's not the only place where he is describing Christ. So, if Christ is like John describing, do you want more proof that Christ looks like that in the Bible? We can look at it. What tribe was Christ from? What was the tribe of Christ? Judah, alright? Let's see. Let's go in the book of Acts. How the people were describing the apostles. Yeah, in the book of Acts.
The scripture itself, okay? Also come from the perspective of your
There's no perspective, my brother. Because if Paul and Christ and John are liars, then this book is all lies.
You cannot lie, brother.
So, if John is telling you that Christ looks like you, why are you talking about perspectives?
Nobody Paul wanna describe him different. I can't say it.
Alright. The book of Acts. Yeah. The book of Acts. Chapter 13. Verse 1. Now, they were in the church that was at Antioch. Antioch is in Greece. Certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lysius and Cyrene and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. So here is Paul saying that there was prophets and teachers at Antioch that were called Niger. Do you agree that this one called Niger? Negroes, colors men, blacks. So my brother, what I'm trying to show you is this. The way this book was presented to us was not intended to us to know what it's about. Was to enslave us mentally because we were already physically enslaved. So if Christ and the apostles looks like you, what does it mean? And of the slave and of Israel, alright? Did you know that, my brother? Did you know that? So, since you knew it, what was the change made in you? What understanding that information, that truth brought in you when you find out that you are a son of the living God?
Always.
brother?
Those days,
Yes.
I'm saying Israel was good and we are black.
How did you know that? How do you know that?
It's all there, like,
Where? In this book?
all over.
Okay. What nation is Muslim based? What people will say that their religion is Islam? Arabs, alright? Okay. So if Arabs have their own religion, which is Islam, and you are a son of Jacob, what is the relationship between Arabs and you, Israelites? Because
There's a lot of things happening in those days.
Ishmael
Is that, listen,
was the uncle of Jacob.
but in those days, there was a lot of things happening. People go from place to place.
What people? What people?
The same Bible talking about deportation of Babylon.
Deportation of who? Are you Arabs? Are you Arabs? Who? And you or you? Brother, you just read that you are a son of Jacob. You cannot be both. So which one are you?
We have everything, brother. From the Middle East, the Africa, the different.
The only way we get into Africa was when Jerusalem was destroyed in 780 by the Romans. We fled into Africa, in West Africa, precisely to flee from Roman persecution, because that was the only place we could be without being killed. And when the Arabs find out that we were there, they put us on slavery for 700 years before the Europeans came. Did you know that? This is how we get into the Islam madness. So, if all religions that you are claiming, Islam and Christianity, both enslaved you, which one are you part of?
You're all the same.
So if they are all the same, why are you claiming you're Arabs? Now, my brother, listen to this. Because you know that you are a son of Jacob. Therefore, you cannot be Arabs, you cannot be African, you cannot be Asian, you cannot be European, you cannot be Jamaican, because that name was also given to you.
The tribe of people. Why you only talk about the tribe of people?
Why? Jacob is our father, and he has 12 sons, which are here. And I'm going to show you what tribe you are from. This shirt is not complete because we are everywhere. But for the sake of knowledge, which one are you? You say Jamaica, right? So you are right here. West Indies. You are from the tribe of Benjamin, the little one. But Benjamin was the warriors. They were the one who went out with Judah when things were going wrong. So you are a son of Benjamin, tribe.
There wasn't so much in those days. I don't even think there was such thing as the West Indies.
West Indies, according to what the world is calling now West Indies. Just as the world is calling this Canada, because Europeans named it Canada. Before it wasn't Canada, it was something else. Hello, my sister. have more picture for you. Do you know these guys? Do you know those guys? If you don't know, I'm going to tell you who they are. So this one is called Martin Luther. He's the founder of the Protestant Church in 1517. This guy is John Smith, the founder of the Baptist Church in 1608. That guy is Charles Fox Parham, the founder of the Pentecostal Church 1901. That guy is John Smith, founder of the Mormon Church. That guy is Charles Tazel Russell, a Mason. He founded the Jehovah's Witness. William Miller, the founder of the Adventist Church. What do you notice? What do you notice? All right. So, you mean to tell me that all the churches that are full of blacks are founded by these guys? And we're still following them just like nothing happened? How can a slave master teach you how to love God?
Then, remember, long time ago, the same thing. Before you went into another country, it was Judaism. This is modernization. How we speak our
Judaism is a fairly new religion, my brother. And there is no such thing as Judaism because Judah never created a religion. Are we okay on that? Judaism.
All these men came later.
What late?
Were already.
Okay. Do we have Baptist church today? Do we have Pentecostal church today? Do we have Jehovah's Witness? Do we have Mormons? Do we have Protestants? Do we have Adventists? Yes? So what are you talking about, my brother? You are still here today, alright? So, if...
No, brother, you're getting the whole thing.
So, no, I didn't get nothing twist. You can take the name and search yourself and see if I'm lying to you or not, or if I'm making it up.
Everything is here, bro.
Alright, so why do you say I'm switching up? So now listen, because now you know that you are a son of Jacob, the tribe of Benjamin. What does the God require from you? Hey, my brother. Me, I'm from the tribe of Judah. This book was our book because from the beginning, God chose us to be the light, and He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to keep them in order to be His people. We forsake that, just as we are doing today.
But everybody tried, and everybody...
Not everybody tried, because God never gave it to everybody.
Everybody earthly tried, and they come up short.
Not everybody, because God never gave it to everybody. He gave it to only one people. And I'm going to show it to you right now. In the book of Psalm, God never gave everybody His commandments. He gave it to only Jacob and his sons. Psalms 1:17. Oh, this wind. Oh, my own Bible is gonna be. Okay, Psalm 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So God never gave his book to other people than us.
Oh, no, nothing like that. As according to the Bible said that was David talking.
Wanna read it?
It was David talking.
Okay.
It was David talking. Sometimes David is speaking in prayer. Sometimes it's...
Brother, let's not
That was King David.
yeah, let's not split the word.
Yes.
Okay? Is David was a king and a prophet?
Yeah.
So if he say that God only gave his word to Jacob, is he lying?
Not necessarily.
Is he telling the truth?
But what he listen now, the thought of God is not none of them.
It's
The
after
thought
what?
of God
It's after what?
holiness.
Holiness? What is holiness?
Huh?
What is holiness? Really? Okay, let's see what God says about holiness. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, are you Israelite? Yes, son of Benjamin. What does the Lord thy God require of thee? So, God is saying, no, this is Moses speaking. What God is requiring from us. Because he's talking to us here, he's not talking to everybody. Here's what God requires of us. To walk, or to fear the Lord thy God. To walk all his ways and to love him and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Okay, somebody try that.
It's not done yet, my brother. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the earth, even of heaven is Lord thy God, the earth also with all that there is in. Only the Lord hath a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is these days. So God chose us above all people. So if God chose us above all people, ask yourself, why are we now low than all people?
Because everybody is living off.
Why?
Because we are the strength of, we are the salt.
So God chose us above all people. Now we are below of all people.
What is low?
What is low?
What is
Look this area, my brother. How many percent of us are living here? Just guess. 30%? Okay. How many shops do we own here? Nothing. Are we low, my brother? Are we low? Are we low? No, it's not. It is a fact. How can you say you live somewhere but someone travel from far to come and sell you in your neighbor your own food. Let me tell you why. Let me show you why this is happening to us. Let me finish. Verse 17. For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regard not persons nor take reward. So he's not a God that we can fool with money by bribing, by usury. It's not a God that you can come today and say, I love you, God, and at night you go steal, kill, murder. There's not that kind of God. You cannot go and steal someone else's money and bring it to the church on Sunday or whatever and say, God, I love you. He is not that kind of God. He said, verse 18, and it shall be when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom that he shall write. Wrong one. 18. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and the widow, and love the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were a stranger in the land of Egypt. Okay, we were a stranger. We were a stranger.
People were going from Egypt to Israel.
Alright. Why did we went into Egypt in the first place? Disobedience. No. In the first place, we didn't go for disobedience. We went in Egypt because there were a famine in the whole world. And only in Egypt there were food. So they went there to escape. And while they went there, they multiplied. And while they were multiplying, the Egyptians became jealous because we were increasing in power, in knowledge. We owned everything. So they started killing our babies. They started telling to the nurses, when that woman gave birth to a man, kill that man and keep the woman. Just as we are seeing today. Abortion.
But then God stepped in and granted the next.
Yes, he did.
Grant the next race, and when they become giants.
Alright. Okay. When he stepped in, then he bring us into the wilderness, where he made a covenant with us to be his people and him to be our God. What was the term of the covenant, my brother? What was the deal? What were we supposed to do to keep his protection to us and to us to still be his people? What was the contract?
Contract?
Yeah.
We were to stay together and don't mix our words.
Really? Yeah. That is one of it. But what was the core agreement of the contract? Let me read for you. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. That is the first one. So God said, if you listen to me and you keep all my commandments, I will set you above all nations. Will you say that David, Solomon, and all those came after them were great, rich, and powerful when they were keeping the laws and statutes and commandments? They were. But something happened. Let's continue. Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So God says, if you hearken to my voice and to do all my commandments, I will give you blessings. Let's see some blessings. Not all of them, but some. Blessed shall thou be when thou comes in, and blessed shall thou be when thou comes out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and thee and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessings upon thee, and thy storehouses, and all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God gave thee. So this is only some blessing. So God gave it to David, he gave it to Solomon, he gave it to the sons of Solomon after him, and when Solomon sinned, then our kingdom started to fall. What was his sin? He took wives from other nations, and those wives make him serve other gods like Baal, like Jehovah, like Yahweh, and started sacrificing his own children to those gods.
No, let me tell you why Solomon. The daughter of Israel failed Solomon.
Who?
The daughter of Israel. They failed Solomon.
No, my brother. That's not what the scripture says, my brother.
My brother. David said, the daughter of Israel are useless after she slept with the foreign girl. She said, I finished with the daughter of Israel. They said, what have the daughter of Israel done so bad? He said, the daughter of Israel are useless.
Brother, let's see why we are as we are today. What happened to us?
Woman.
Verse 15, Deuteronomy 28. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, you have blessings if you do all that I said, and you have curses if you don't do. Let's see some curses. Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Brother, I ask you, how many stores do we own here? You said none. Maybe if you go in downtown, maybe we might find some there. Can we?
Maybe.
Maybe? What place do you know? So you mean to tell me in this whole area, with 30% of us here, we all know nothing? How can it be possible? Are we not smart? Are we not strong? Are we not intelligent? Do we not have bachelor degrees?
Because this is not the land that we should inherit rightfully.
Brother, I'm reading you the curses that God said that would happen to us if we don't hearken to his voice. This is one of them. Let's read another one of them. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Brother, do you know what it means into all the kingdoms of the earth?
Yeah.
It means that if you go in Africa, you will find us. It means you go into islands, you will find us. It means you go into Asia, you will find us. It means you come here, you will find us. Everywhere you're going to find us. So, this is also one of the curses. And he said we're going to be smitten. You know how many blacks are being killed every day? Every week, every month? Brother, I don't care if it is black on black or white on black, but are we being killed?
Yeah.
Yes. Is any other nation being killed like us here?
No.
Why?
Sometimes it's weak.
That's not the problem. But is there another nation being killed like us here?
We're
No, alright? Alright. Let's see another curse. Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Alright, if you go right now in Jamaica, you're going to find Chinese there. You're going to find Europeans there. You're going to find all kind of races there. But how many businesses does Jamaican own in Jamaica? In your own land. I come from Africa, Cameroon. All the big companies are owned by the French, by the British, by the Spanish, by the Arabs, by the Americans, but we own nothing. In Cameroon, we live with less than $100 per month as minimum wage. Can you live with $100 here? How does that happen? Let's go to the main curse that will qualify us, or that will identify us above anyone, that we are the person, the people of this book. I'm reading the verse 68 of the chapter 28 of Deuteronomy. It says this: and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, but this time it's going to be with ships. I'm going to read again. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. The word Egypt means house of bondage. By the way thereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bound men and bound women, and no man shall buy thee. Meaning no man shall redeem thee. Brother, what other nation were sold unto his enemies by the way of ships? Alright. Now you know why we are at this state. Because the verse 15 says, because we broke the commandments. So this identifies us. What shall we do now in order to be on top?
Turn back to the Lord.
Sorry?
Turn back to the Lord, I say.
How should we turn back to the Lord?
Return back to the Lord.
Keep His commandment. Keep His laws. Stop breaking the Sabbath, because right now the Sabbath is starting. No store should be opening right now. Everything should be stopped, and everyone being worshiping only God at this time. But these people that I showed you, who set up all the churches that you see, they tell us that Sunday is the 7th day of the week. They tell us that God's laws are done away with, that we shouldn't be keeping God's commandments. Is that true, sister?
I'm not saying that.
They're not saying that? Yeah.
I'm saying that they totally put everything
So what are they saying? What are they saying?
What are they saying?
These people are the founder of all the churches that you can see: the Baptists, the Pentecostals, the Adventists, the Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, and so forth. And they are all Europeans.
You're saying they're trying to break the law?
I'm not saying they are trying to break the law. They are teaching us through Christianity to break the laws of God.
One question I have, Tom.
Yes.
You worship on the 7th day, right?
Yes.
Okay, like day. You know, but once sun sets, they try to keep the day, but like it's impossible.
Are they
Just remember.
at your work or somewhere? Those women?
I'm a hairstylist, so I do their hair. Get their hair done.
Where are they from?
They're from the island.
Have you ever asked them why they're doing that?
They don't want to see their hair fresh.
No, I mean for not working on the 7th day.
They do it all the time. If I ask them to do something,
Yeah.
it's their Sabbath. But they'll do the same thing for themselves on that same day.
Well, then they are tricking you.
No, they're tricking themselves.
Yeah, they are tricking you also because they
They're
are
just selfish.
yeah, yeah. So what I'm trying to say, my sister, is this. This book is our book. This is our history. I'm not talking about a man-made history, but I'm talking about the real history of us. And the reason why we are as we are right now in the whole world. You go in Africa and Europe, in Ireland, here, you're gonna see the same thing being made to us. And there is only one reason for that. We were chosen from the beginning to serve God according to His will. And because we broke His will, the blessings became curses. And one of those curses I was reading to my brother is this. Listen.
Can I finish the question I'm asking though?
Yeah.
Didn't he say to keep must be holy at all times, not just Sabbath days to be holy?
Let me read it.
So why it's just the Sabbath day that you keep holy?
Let me read it.
Well, how about the other days? You know what I'm saying, my brother?
Let me read it. Let me read the reason why.
No, he said to keep it holy.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I'm my question is, how about the other days?
Let me
What
read
about
it.
the other days?
Let me read it
He
to
said
you.
we must be holy at all times.
No, sister, let me read.
It says it, it's in the book.
Sister, let me read to you.
But they
Why?
only keep that one day. And
Yeah.
after that one day, they do all sorts of wickedness.
Yeah, sister,
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I experience it with them all the time. They'll
Yeah.
come and I do their hair and they don't pay me. I'll pay you later. They don't pay.
that's what they say.
I don't say nothing to them and they don't pay. So I just leave them because you know what? You say you're calling on God now, and He'll deal with you because He's a jealous God. Yeah, but don't come to me if you know you don't have it. You come to me as an honest person and say I don't have it. Could you do it for me? You know what I'm saying?
Sister,
But no, when you finish and you're supposed to pay me, you're gonna tell me you don't have it. You see that point?
This is why we are still going down because we think we are tricking God.
Exactly.
We think
I'm
because
gonna see everything.
yeah, we think we are tricking Him by faking everything we do. But God sees everything, and we don't have to look what people does in order to please
No,
Him.
it's unfortunate because
Yeah.
I go through these people all the time. I have this bad experience with them all the time.
Yeah.
The other day, Brother G died, right? And I would love to go to represent, you know, my community. But when we think of all seeing all of their faces, you remember he said to shun the very appearance of evil.
Yeah.
And appear evil in sin.
Yeah, let us
So we say I'm not gonna
Yeah, sister,
associate
listen to
myself
this, sister.
because he's dead and gone already, right?
yeah. Genesis chapter
I'm not
2.
gonna worship man, I'm gonna worship God.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 2. This is why we should keep the Sabbath. Verse 2. And on the 7th day, God ended His work which He had made. And He rested on the 7th day from all His work which He had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it.
Oh, yeah, I'll finish.
Sister, let me finish. Sister, you have more verses coming.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
as you were saying, on the 7th day,
Yeah.
God rest from all His work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is what expect of us.
To do the same. Yes.
So what happened in Israel? Why are we end up
if we are not doing that. Look, I was reading to her why we should do it. She said she's late. And I'm telling it to you right now. I don't know if you're going to start keeping it or not, but I have to tell you. You see what I mean? So, the verse 15 in Deuteronomy 28 says, because we broke God's laws, statutes, and commandments, the blessings became curses. And one of those curses is us going to slavery. The biggest one. So, what shall we do now in order to be out of this slavery? What do you mean? We slavery? No, that was not as the white man did. It was called indentured services, meaning you are my brother, you are rich, you have cattle, you have houses, you have businesses. I am your brother, I'm poor. So what I say is this: I come and work for you for 7 years, and after those 7 years, you give me what I need in order to be on my own. That was indentured services. So you work in order to gain something, just like Jacob did for his wives. He worked it 14 years. And after that, what happened? Alright, so it's not like we were killing each other, it's not like we were raping each other, it's not like we were burning each other. You see what I mean? So you cannot compare it. So, it is estimated that at least 50 millions of us were killed during the transatlantic slavery. And in that 50 millions, only 20 million reach here. The rest perishes in the seas. So, we could be more than that. It is just an estimation. So, will you compare those things together? I'm not telling you to hate these people who does this to us, because it happened to us because we broke the commandments. So now, if you want to reverse the situation, because Christ is coming back, and he's going to ask to everyone, what did you do?
What have you done?
What have you done? What have you done when that brother was telling you, you are a son of Benjamin? What did you do after that? Did you hearken to my voice, or did you continue into your own way of living? Did you make your best to keep at least the list of the commandment, which is today, the Sabbath day? Did you at least begin by that? It's going to be yes or no. It's not going to be no one taught me or I didn't know. There will be no reason, my brother. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Because right now, we are living the end time of this time. As I'm telling you, this is why you're going to see a lot of us preaching on the street, crying, yelling at our own people, because it is only us who will not stand there and listen, because many of us pass by here. Only you stay. You stay because God prepared something for you today. Maybe this is your day to turn back to our Father, whose name is Ahia, and his son Yeshua, which the world called Jesus Christ.
Now we'll never leave the Father. Are you out of your mind?
Brother,
No.
we cannot serve the Father with our own mind, with our own thinking, because our heart is wicked. With all the madness that we learn here, how will you love the Father without Him helping you?
Do good to your brother.
This is why Christ came and died for us on the cross, so that the Father can redeem us back. He needed someone who can keep all the laws, in order to break the curses. That's what the only way we could be turned back. So you mean to tell me Christ has to come back again to die on the cross again? Brother, it's going to be painful, brother. So he will not do that again. He's coming for vengeance. He's not coming to venge us. He's coming to venge anyone who does not keep the commandments of the Father. Whether we be Jews or Gentile, no matter. If you keep the commandments and believe in Him, yes, you're going to be in the kingdom. If you don't, you're going to be burned out like ashes. So what will you choose, my brother?
It's Christ.
So will you start keeping the commandments of the Lord?
Never leave the commandments. Sometimes it's a struggle, man.
When did you start?
Long time from since I think I started.
Where?
Come here, listen.
Here?
Yeah.
Today or?
All the time.
So will you start keeping the Shabbat?
Maybe,
Because
maybe.
you have to start from something.
I grew up in this summer.
Yeah, you listen to the sister, she said, she said it is impossible.
I don't want to hear about her. She's doing it.
Yeah. She said it is
I don't
impossible.
want to hear nothing.
I have a wife and a son, but I'm standing here. I refuse to work because today is the Lord's day.
She's doing it.
Brother, we should not cast our people like that because, we didn't know any better. Because me also, I was just like her or like you. I didn't know. Someone has to teach me also. So I'm also standing here to teach anyone who wants to listen. Because we cannot force anyone to listen. We cannot force.
It's a struggle. Everything begins within me.
Everything is a
bad. Everything's bad. I have to think about my eyes first. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand, my brother. I know it is a struggle every day. You have to work. You have to check yourself every
All I
time.
have to say, God, you remember us
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah. Make sure to check everything.
You know, my shoes out, I come and see me here. Why do you think I stand? I will never leave the farm. Never.
Take courage, my brother.
A lot of people talk about the farm, but they don't really know.
Yeah.
They were body weak, blood, everything all over me, and still here.
Brother, there is so many.
Hear about a circumstance and being in it is a different ballgame.
So many of us who are just living life, not knowing where they are going, what they are doing, where they're going to be ending. Just doing what the system set up in place for us to follow and to shun astray, because they know that only gave us the love. Therefore, He's going to punish us first by not keeping them. This is why we are the worst person. Suffering, poverty, death, sickness, everything. Jails are full of us. Whether it be here or in states, everywhere, blacks are in jails. Full, packed. Why? Because no one is telling us to keep the commandments. But we are the only person who needs commandments, who needs guidance, who needs to know what to do, what not to do. Everything we try to do as the other nations, we do it worse. We do it triple time, fifth time. So here's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4. And I will give thee the treasure of darkness and hiding riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, I am the God of Israel. He is our God, my brother. He's not the God of none else. Yes, he loves everybody, but he's our God first. Verse 4, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. So, we are the elect, my brother. This is why only we can break down this book as it's supposed to be. I have even called thee by thy name. So he's calling us by our name. I have surnamed thee. Thou hast not known me. Yes, we didn't know him because Christianity came, Islam came, New Age came, Buddhism came, Voodoo came. We start doing madness, drinking, smoking, killing, doing all kinds of things. Verse 5, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I guarantee thee that thou hast not known me. He said, I am the only one. There is none beside me. I am the one who make decisions. I am the one who killed. I am the one who give life. I am the one who feed. I am the one who give hunger. I am the one who created everything. I own you. That's what he's saying. Verse 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. So he is one. He's not two. He's not three. He's one. Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Can you imagine? Even Satan cannot do anything to you if the Lord does not say go and do it. So if you are under the hedge and protection of Christ and God, nothing can happen to you because he's the one who makes war. He's the one who makes peace. He's the one who makes darkness. He's the one who makes light. So why are we struggling this way, knowing all these things? Brother, it is not easy, brother, but it is feasible. Do you understand? It is not easy, but it is feasible. As John is saying here, because the Christian church sings every day, we love God, we love God, we love God. Or what is the love of God? Exactly. Have you ever asked that question? Because I am sure that there is Christian in Jamaica. In the same way, there is Christian where I come from. There is a lot of love by lips, but very little by deed and by doings. Very few will boldly say I love God because I keep his commandment. But many will tell you I love God because I go to church on Sunday. I love God because I give many charities. I love God because I feed the poor. I love God because, what else can I say? I don't steal, I don't lie. Yes, that's true. But what is the love of God if you don't do all those things? Let's see what is the love of God, my brother.
We're reading.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, meaning us, when we love God and keep His commandments. Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous. You understand that, my brother? He said, you said you love me? Keep my commandments. Because my commandments are not grievous. Because Christ came and He did. And we can see the reward by Him doing that. Don't you want that same reward? You understand in this madness? Because when the third world war comes, anyone who is not under the head of Christ is going to be killed, my brother. And only those who will be keeping the commandments will be protected. Yeah, maybe some will die, but they will be resurrected after His coming because they were found righteous. But if you were caught doing sin, nothing is left for you. Where will you go? Where will you hide? Because His eyes are everywhere. He sees even under the sea. He sees in the darkest of the night. So where will you hide?
So why Nicodemus was running?
Nicodemus?
Yeah.
Nicodemus was not running. He was a Pharisee, meaning a doctor of the law. But because
Not Nicodemus, why Jonah was running?
alright, Jonah
Why was he running?
Jonas was running just because, my brother, when God calls you,
Where Jonah from, brother?
where Jonas from?
Yeah.
He was of the tribe of Benjamin as well. He was in captivity in Nineveh when the Babylonian came and they brought the 10 tribes of Benjamin.
What I'm saying, as a preacher,
As a preacher,
as he come from in those vicinity, he should know that you can't run from Christ. He should know that.
brother, he tried. He tried, but God called him back because He sees everything. He was in the belly of the well, and God kept him there just to bring him to do what was asked.
The Lord, he called himself a man of God. Then he tried to run.
Brother, you should know.
David said,
Yeah,
he might go under the most remote part of
you are there. You should know, brother. You said you're struggling. I am struggling also. So, with the struggle comes fear. So Jonas had fear. Not to fail, but not to save those people. Because what? Even when he went there, he preached to those people, and those people changed. And when they changed, he became mad.
Yeah, because he wants the excitement. He go one side and was looking for the
Yeah, he
calamity.
became mad because the people changed. And God asked him,
Brother, that's right.
okay, brother.
If John was out there baptized, and when probably the Pharisees are when they go to John, baptized us, he ran them. He said, "You guys are, you wanna run from
You want to escape? Why do you want to escape? Why do you want to escape? Why? Why did he say that? Because they came to him as a spy, just to watch him what he was doing. And by watching him, they wanted also to go in the water just to be like, we never know. So that's what went into the heart. And he told them, bring fruit. Bring fruit that will show repentance. Don't try to escape from the wrath of God that is coming. That's why he tells them that. But did they change after? No, because when Christ came, they crucified him. They didn't want to change. They were too high-minded because they were called doctors of the law. They were called rabbi. They were called master. And they see that guy, a son of a carpenter, telling them what to do. Brother. They killed him for that. But it just happened because that was the mission of Christ. To come and die for all of our sin, for the good and for the bad, so that the whole earth will be reconciled with the Most High. But now is the time of preaching.
Brother, look back with me for a second.
Yeah.
Even when God said to Ananias, he called himself a man of God. He called himself a prophet. God said, go to Paul.
Yeah.
He said to God,
That man.
do you know the character? He said, I am God. The reason why I'm saying this is
Yeah.
to collaborate
Yeah.
always, brother, from them.
He said,
Even Israel, dear brother. God will call one of his own men and tell him, lot of them. Brother.
yeah, brother. That's what I'm telling you.
Brother.
I don't have to check the scripture because we are a physical.
Showing you the thing that used to happen right there.
Yeah.
Right there, brother. Call yourself a man of God. And I can send you to Tanzania, brother. You ever tell me how much people the brother killed? That's struggle, brother.
We are a physical representation of what happened back then. Because everyone is crossing here. They are seeing me with the Bible. No one is asking what's happening. Because we are just like that. Very stubborn people.
Knowledge of God is
If another race was standing here telling this, brother, they will stand and listen. But because I just look like you, what can I teach to you? This is how we were taught to hate each other and to love others.
brother, you like Christ. Christ came. Christ walking in Israel. Judea, everyone go right across the region. You know? When John see this man, John said, John, look at this. He said, this is the Lamb of God. A lot of them, dear brother, call themselves this and call themselves that. Know nothing, brother. As John see the man, never meet the man before. You understand me, brother? Brother, another easy thing.
It's not an easy thing, my brother. I have many struggles coming here today because today is actually my first preaching day by myself. So I made up so many excuses to not come here today just because I had a fear in me of what people will say, of how people will look at me. I was thinking about what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? Who's going to listen to me?
What do you think? Before you go any further. What do you think Christ, the Spirit of God, loved Paul? He's smart, very smart. On his way to Damascus when the lights struck him and they hear the voice, he asked, who is that? The voice said, yeah, Me who you got. He said, then you're not dead. I said, yeah.
I am alive. And I will show you what you're going to be through in order to serve me. And he went through.
He's a very smart person. You understand what I'm saying?
Paul was a Benjamite, but right.
He was very smart. He said, then you're not dead. The last time you check out here, you're dead. Yes, what from the dead? Oh.
It's not an easy stuff, my brother, but we got to do our part, you know.
Brother.
We have
There's a lot of things I don't like.
we have to do our part, my brother, because the Gentile,
Everyone.
yeah,
Christ tell them, the Son of Man must die and come back to you. And I'm gonna meet you.
said no way.
I'm gonna meet you down there on the way together, whatever. I'm gonna meet you. You know what's so surprising?
What?
They went to the grave and called the man the gardener.
They said what?
Christ said, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna raise the third day. And on my way be down there.
Yeah.
When he rises,
They didn't believe it though.
he's calling the gardener.
I see.
His own people.
Yeah, I see.
Come on, the water. They would see this here. I'm telling you, bro.
We are stubborn, my brother. That's all I can see. We are stubborn. Very stubborn.
You know this thing, you know. At the point of stubbornness. You know.
Yeah, brother, let me read this.
Why God is better with us.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 2 to 11. Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, these people say the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. So, everyone is enjoying life right now. Everyone is in rush, going to home, because tomorrow is Saturday. They're going to enjoy going to clubs, going to malls, buying, selling, eating, dancing. They say the time's not come yet. But watch this. Then came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house is waste? So is it time for us to enjoy our lives now? To enjoy this life, doing what everyone is doing, watching TV, drinking, smoking, killing, robbing, why our body is wasted. The spirit is not here because no one is willing to keep the laws. No one is willing to follow Christ. Verse 5. Now therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. He said, watch your ways. Watch it very carefully. 6. You have sown much and bring in little. Brother, I know people that have 3 jobs but are still poor, working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week but still be in debt. How can you explain that?
I can explain that.
You work so much but you bring in so little. You eat but you have not enough. You drink but you are not filled with drink. You clothe but there is none warm.
Yeah, tell the woman. Okay, I know.
And ye that earn wages and wages to put it into a bed with holes. Brother, how many jobs do you have?
3 jobs. The name of 3 jobs. Tim Hortons, Coffee Time.
Yes.
Those are your blood jobs. That's
Okay.
why.
Why do you have 3 jobs?
They said we don't have no education. Because the bullshit going on. Fire and never fire it.
Alright, brother.
Actually, never fire it.
Why not?
I ended up in coffee shops.
Have you tried?
Yeah.
How many times?
Bullshit.
Have you tried, my brother?
Susan, it's here.
Come talk to me, my brother. Verse 7. Thus said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, said the Lord. You look for much, and lo, it come too little. We are striving everywhere. He said he had 3 jobs, but he says the word of God is bullshit. But he will continue working, but he will be still poor.
Psalms 14.
Psalm 14? I will do it for you, man. Psalm 14 and what?
1.
And 1. Psalm 14 and 1. The fool, brother, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that does good. You see it, my brother.
Psalms 15. Why you have to
You see it. You said it, my brother. They say there is no God, eh? They shall see. Yeah, 53 and what?
1.
The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that does good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there is any that did understand, that did seek God. Every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that does good, no, not one. Yeah, no one wants to do good, my brother. He's looking every day, especially right now, because this is his time, because this is his day. He should be keeping his day holy. But look,
Romans 1:21. Romans 1. You have to speak like you see what's wrong. Or it show you. It will show you. You know, it show you. It makes sure it show you again. That's how important it is.
Romans 14.
Romans 1 verse 20.
Romans 1 verse 10.
21.
21. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21. Because when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. It's my personal book, my sister. No? Are you familiar with the Bible? No?
I've read about it.
You want to listen to something?
Sure.
Sure? So I'm reading in the book of Romans, chapter 1,
Verse 21.
verse 21. It says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. You watch cartoons?
Yeah.
Which one?
SpongeBob.
Which one?
SpongeBob.
And which one again? Not one. Do you have any, how do they call it, heroes?
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Does it exist?
In my heart, he does.
In your heart. What about you?
David, Danny DeVito,
Danny DeVito?
my hero.
Okay, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. So, how do you know something does not exist but you say it is in your heart?
See, it's not believing, sir. I think it's right.
My friend, you know for sure